Today we are talking about unemployment. Let's hear what people think. Good afternoon and thank you for being with us today. So our topic for today is unemployment. Could you tell us what do you understand by the term of unemployment?
Good afternoon. Well, I think unemployment is when someone doesn't have a job. Even though they want one, it's quite common nowadays, especially among young people.
That's right, and thank you for your answer. So let me explain a little bit more. Unemployment situation where someone is willing and able to work and is actively searching for a job but unable to find one.
Oh, I see. So it's not just about sitting at home. The person has to be actually looking forward.
Yes, and it is also considered as a key measure of how healthy a country's economy is. If the unemployment is high, then it usually means that the economy is struggling.
That makes sense. Are there different types of unemployment?
Yes, there are three main types of unemployment. The first one is frictional unemployment, which happens when people are switching between jobs. The second one is structural unemployment that caused by changes in economy or technology that make certain jobs outdated. The last one is cyclical unemployment, which rises during economic downturns, like during a recession.
Wow, I didn't realize there were so many kinds. I always thought unemployment was just one thing.
A lot of people think like that. So that's why it is important to understand better about the causes of unemployment. It helps government to find a better solution.
Thanks for the explanation. I learned something new today.
You're welcome and thank you for sharing your thoughts. Hi guys, so today I want to talk about a country that a lot of people have heard of but maybe they don't know much about the country. It is South Africa. Okay, first of all, did you know that South Africa has three capital cities? Not one, not two, but three. There are Pretoria, Cape Town, and Phnom Penh State. Each of the cities handle a different part of the government. Cool, right? And you know what? The country has a population of over 60 million people and they speak 11 official languages. That's amazing. It is one of the most diverse countries in Africa. Now let's talk money. South Africa is actually the largest economy in Africa. It is called a mixed economy where both businesses and government play a role. It is also considered as a upper middle income country. But it's not all perfect. There are some serious challenges too, like high unemployment, lack of access to technology, and big gaps in education quality. These problems affect a lot of people, especially the youth. So guys, actually the economy started to change in a big way in the late 19th century, and since then it plays a major role in the African continent. So yeah, South Africa is complex, powerful and still developing, but I still think it is an interesting country to visit. Let me know if you want to come here someday or if you have learned something new today. Bye!
In 2022, the unemployment rate stood at 29.22% as the pandemic led to strict lockdown starting in March, forcing many non-essential businesses to close or downsize, especially in tourism, retail, manufacturing, and the informal sector. In 2021, the unemployment rate increased to 24.01% due to prolonged economic disruption, a slow vaccine rollout, and social unrest in July, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, which caused further job losses. Youth unemployment was especially high, and businesses remained hesitant in hiring during a slow economic recovery. In 2022, the rate likely decreased to 33.27% as the economy gradually reopened and adapt to COVID-19 norms, aided by government relief efforts and recovery plans. By 2023, the unemployment rate dropped further to 22.1%, reflecting continued recovery in services, retail and hospitality, along with temporary job creation through infrastructure and energy investments. The unemployment rate in South Africa increased from 2023 to 2024. In total, the unemployment rate amounted to 33.17% in 2024.
Hi Anna, what are the unemployment issues that are happening in South Africa?
First, lack of skills and education. Unemployment in South Africa is a major issue, with a significant portion of the youth lacking the skills and education needed to find employment. Many young South Africans lack the necessary skills and qualifications that align with the demands of the job market. Although they may have completed formal education, the curriculum often does not include practical or technical training that employers are looking for. This mismatch results in many educated individuals struggling to find employment. Secondly, slow economic growth and job creation. Slow economic growth and weak job creation contribute to high unemployment in South Africa, where the unemployment rate is currently 32.9%. Structural challenges and weak growth have weakened progress in reducing poverty, heightened by the COVID-19 pandemic. Local and international investors are hesitant to start or grow investor businesses in South Africa, leading to fewer new job creating projects. For example, unreliable electricity supply and concerns about government mismanagement discourage economic investment. Global shocks like the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions, and inflation from geopolitical conflicts such as the Russia-Ukraine war have also slowed down exports, tourism, and investment.
Unemployment in South Africa remains one of the country's most urgent challenges. Our reporter Nura Aliana Nawira takes a quick look at how it affects not just the company but mental health and public safety.
Thank you. South Africa unemployment rate stands among the highest in the world, with young unemployment above 40%. But this isn't just about income. For many, being jobless means daily stress, depression, and frustration. When people lose hope, communities will suffer. In many areas, crime becomes a survival strategy. Unemployment, forced instability, and without urgent solution, South Africa risks both economic and social collapse.
In July 2021, protests turned into South Africa's worst civil unrest in decades. Over 300 people died and thousands of businesses were looted, especially in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. While sparked by political tensions, the root causes run deeper: poverty, hunger, and long-term joblessness.
Two policies to avoid unemployment in South Africa. Firstly, the targeted wage subsidy (ETI), introduced in 2014 and extended twice since then. This policy, which is designed to support young low-wage workers, gives employers a tax credit for hiring workers aged 18 to 29, earning less than 6,000 per month. It encourages companies to employ individuals who might otherwise be seen as risky hires. The subsidy works in phases. Initially, for workers and below 2,000, employers can claim 50% of their income as a subsidy. The subsidy lasts for 24 months with a reduced amount in the second years. Though the policy has been effective in supporting youth employment, it also faces challenges. For example, there's a penalty for firms that replace older workers to claim the subsidy, but enforcement of this is unclear. Furthermore, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the subsidy was expanded to preserve work. Second, to address high unemployment and a shortage of specialist skills, South Africa introduced major immigration reforms between 2019 and 2023. A key change was the implementation of a point-based visa system in 2023, replacing the rigid processes that previously discouraged skilled immigration. This system, similar to those used in Canada and Australia, evaluates application based on factors such as education, work experience, age, language skill, and the sector of employment. The government also updated its critical skill list, identifying occupations with local talent shortage like IT, engineering, education, medicine, and finance. Individuals in this field benefit from faster visa processing and fewer documentation requirements. Additionally, the Trusted Employer Scheme allows approved company to update its application, making it easier for skilled workers to enter the country. President Cyril Ramaphosa has highlighted the importance of attracting global talent to drive innovation, boost productivity, and create sustainable jobs. The goal is to build a resilient and inclusive economy by filling critical gaps and developing local expertise for long-term growth. To conclude in that video, unemployment continues to be a serious socio-economic issue in South Africa. Its impact goes beyond joblessness, also it affects mental health, work, and leads to higher crime and unrest. While the government has made efforts through policies, real progress relies on strong implementation, better education, and economic reform. Only then can unemployment truly be tackled.